What's up, everybody? It's your boy 45 back with another edition of the Hot Seat. I got another special guest in the building with me today. Man, what can I say about this young lady? She's the definition of a hustler. She does not stop working. She's a mom. She's a boss. She works on radio. She models. She's an influencer. She does all these great things and more. Welcome to the show, Kari Martinez.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm really happy to be here.
Oh man, so what's been up, man? What's quarantine life going for you? How's that going? What's a day
Busy.
like that? Busy?
Busy. I'm still working the day job. I'm still working the influences. My job didn't stop. So life didn't really stop for me.
Got you. Now, for the people who listen to this interview, they don't know you. I mean, you're all the way in Laredo, Texas. Like who are you? Like, how did you get your start?
I got started honestly working with Budweiser. I started as a brand ambassador. From there, I was with them. I've been with them, I'm sorry, for 8 years. And that's how I started my business, which is the cable games. And now I run the Budweiser models. From there, I was just pretty much out there known. I was in parades, I was in festivals, HEBs doing demos, and that's how I started meeting people. And my work pretty much spoke for itself. I've always worked more than two jobs. I started working since I was 13, and it's always been more than two jobs. And I'm pretty much everywhere and anything. I like the legal field. I like modeling. I like influencing. I do music videos. I'm a mom as well, like you said. So I'm just pretty much out there because I put myself out there. Self promotion is a key, and that's why I started all this.
Now, so talk a little bit about like the legal aspect. What is it that you do in the law offices?
I'm a paralegal. I do civil court, civil, what's it called, civil cases. I'm also a court coordinator for a judge, just as a peace judge. So I take care of, pretty much the legal fields, marriages, evictions, and what's it called, peace bonds, anything that has to do with the civil field.
Okay. And how long have you been doing that for?
I've been doing that for 5 years already. I started at 19 with my first lawyer.
Oh wow. Okay.
So
And
yeah,
when I met you years ago, you were a model. You were
correct.
modeling and things like that. So what was it about modeling that excited you that made you want to be a part of that world?
I've always liked it since I was a little girl. My mom had me in dancing and modeling, and I've always my Victoria's Secret models is what I've always wanted to be. I love the runway. That's my number one thing, and that's how I started. I just Laredo didn't have anything like that. We weren't really exposed to that industry. No one was doing anything, so I took it upon myself to start from my experience as a child, and just started reading on modeling, watching YouTube, keeping up with my favorite models, and that's how I began my modeling career.
Now you did mention your mom. Now I saw somewhere that your mom got you into doing belly dancing.
Yes, that's true. My mom
How,
got me into the dancing, the belly dancing, and the modeling.
how old were you when you started belly dancing? And what made
Belly
you? Well, that's
dancing,
because that's like an interesting. That's pretty interesting to me.
that was belly dancing was random. I just one time I was dancing, and my mom noticed that I was able to move my hips a certain way, so she liked it, and she was a huge fan of Shakira back then. So she was like, "Do you want to be doing belly dancing?" And it was something different for me. So I said yes. I was 6 years old. I really didn't know what the hell I was doing, but I was like, "Yes, mom, whatever you say, of course." And that's how I started that with the belly dancing.
Okay. Now, do you remember the first campaign that you ever did when it came to modeling?
Modeling, yes, it was for a rock and roll festival. We were raising money for anti-bullying and anti-suicidal people and all that. That was the first campaign I ever did with LB agency.
Okay. Now, when it came, like I know you mentioned like Victoria's Secret models and things like that. Have you ever tried to present your work to them that maybe try to get signed, to get on, anything like that, or it was just one of those things like if it happens, it happens type of deal.
Yes, I have never tried to do that. I have thought about it so many times, and I have, a lot of ideas. I just haven't gone upon them because I have so much other things to do. But that's still there. It's still in the works, and hopefully, if it happens just randomly as well, if I get lucky, I'll take that as well.
Okay. Now, just so for the younger listeners that may listen to this interview, has there ever been a time that where you felt like, I mean, obviously you're a very beautiful woman. You're very very beautiful. And has there ever been a time where you've ever felt like you weren't beautiful?
Yes, a lot of times, many times. body wise, face wise, my hair, what I couldn't do. My confidence would go up and down as I started younger because I would see other girls be, to me they were better than me, they were prettier than me, their bodies were, much more. I'm very slim, so it's really hard for me to know to get be thick or have that Coca-Cola body or anything like that. So that would really lower my confidence, and then I just decided to start. You know what? I can change my body. So I started working out. I started eating more. I started taking care of myself, and now I'm one step closer to to that Coca-Cola body that everybody pretty much likes.
Got you. Now, what is something? What is one part of your body that you like the least? Like something is like, you know what? Like, man, no matter how hard I try this, I do that, it doesn't look the way I want it to look. What part? What would you say that is?
That would be, well, I would have to say like my feet. I really don't like my feet. I don't like showcasing them, or I prefer like from the knees and up. And I always like to wear closed toe heels because I'm not a feet person. I just don't like it.
Yeah. So no pedicures. You're not. I mean,
Yeah, of course, I get pedicures and everything for photo shoots, but I prefer to hide my feet during sessions.
Okay, okay. Now, what is a part of your body that you know what you say? You know what? I love this. This looks good. I love this about myself. Like, what part would you say is your best attribute?
My eyes, especially because I
Yes,
have green eyes.
I'll say that too.
Yeah, they do change colors depending on what I wear, but I've mastered my eyes to know I can do different looks with just looking at the camera and things like that. I've practiced that a lot, so my eyes are really something that I focus on a lot.
Now, are you born and raised in Laredo, Texas, or
Yes, I am.
okay? And what is the modeling scene now in Laredo since you've already been established and you're basically like a OG out in the game in Laredo?
Correct, and it's grown. We do have now three modeling schools, and we have plenty more that have been opening up. We have a lot of girls influenced now doing modeling starting from young ages. Like the modeling schools here have really grown, and some of the modeling schools have even gone to Los Angeles, New York, to go and showcase the girls here in Laredo. So it's really grown since I started this.
Now, are you still intrigued by doing the modeling, or are you more behind the scenes now, and just making sure that other people have an opportunity to live out their dream of modeling?
Both. I do both, especially when I'm requested from a client personally. I would go. I will gladly, do my job. But I'm trying to push my girls to be the ones to showcase now because my vision is now different for myself. I want to grow bigger in other ways, so I need someone to take over here. But yes, I'm still doing it, and I still have my girls. I want to better them too as well.
Got you. Now, what is it? Is do you guys does is it do any of the girls have to try out to be a part of the agency, or is it really like what we're gonna take it, we're gonna bring out your best attributes, we're gonna whatever it is that you do great, we're gonna showcase that, or do they have to try out to be a part of
No,
it?
I don't have them try out. I have them, I talk to them. You want to be here? Okay, you can make it happen, and like that, we bring out the best attributes. The only thing I do is their attitude. Once I see that they don't want to be here and everything like that, then that's where I talk to them. You know what? I know I can tell it's not for you, and because some of the prettiest girls don't want it, and I'm very surprised that they have everything it takes and they don't want it, and that's when I'm just, I draw the line here with you. You don't want to be here, that's fine. Don't waste my time. I won't waste yours.
Yeah, because I mean, a lot of people may not know this, but modeling is not as easy as it looks. You don't just
It's
stand in
not.
front of the camera and just take pictures or anything like that. So, is it more of like the dedication side of things? Why most women or most models don't take it on?
Yeah, it's more dedication. Models get frustrated being there 5 or 6 hours, but that's what the job comes with. Sometimes you go out, a few hours without eating because you have to do your job. There's retakes. There's different poses. You have to move your body certain ways. There's a lot more than just standing in front of the camera and taking pictures, and that's what a lot of people don't see. So I let my girls know, you know what, it's not just, you're not just going to stand there and look pretty. Your hair has to be a certain way. You need to pose a certain way. Your mentality needs to be different because you're going to be there, 12, 14 hours at the most. Sometimes that's just the minimum. So their mindset really has to be like dedicated to all this.
Got you. Now, did you go to college at all? And if you did, what did you study?
I did go to college. I did not graduate though. I'm like I believe 3 credits from graduating, but I am studying for in the criminal field, criminal justice.
Okay, okay. Is that something that you want to have, like, just, in like something you want to do when the modeling is done and everything like that? You just want to fall back on the criminal justice, or
I'm
is it just
actually
something that you want to continue to do just like simultaneously?
Yes, I'm actually still doing it. I'm taking online classes, so I'm actually still doing that as well because I do want to have my degree. I want to have that as a backup or just a side because no, I like doing everything and anything, so that's no problem. I'm grateful that my job right now is works with me in the way where I can work my main job and I can work my side hustles.
Got you. Now let's talk about the radio part. So how did that come about? How did you end up, being getting approached to do radio?
Randomly, I was on TV. I've been on TV, and the producer there was just like, "Have you done radio?" And I was like, "No." Why? Because my Spanish was not perfect. The radio station was a Spanish station, so I didn't want to do it because my Spanish wasn't perfect. But that's what he liked. He liked my Tex-Mex, my bilingual speaking. He's like, "We're gonna introduce you like that. That's what we want. It's not what we're looking for, but let's give it a try." So I kind of just went in there randomly and they just threw me in there and I was like, okay, let's do this.
Now, how was it being on television? Because I remember you were on TV.
Yes, I
How
love
was
it.
that?
I love the TV. I That's a way for me to let loose, let out. I love it. That's like no problem with me. I love being in front of the camera. Something I like. It just makes me feel pretty, makes me feel confident. It's something that boosts my self esteem and I just enjoy it.
What did they have you doing on the television? What were you doing?
We interview bands, local groups, out of town, the concerts, and we went to come sorry, interview politicians or talk about life topics. They would give me a topic, and I would just throw out my advice, what I thought about it, and from there, it was just pretty much it. It was random.
Now, do you ever see yourself doing any type of acting or anything like that?
Yes, I do. I would actually love to do acting too. I love it. I've done it with the music videos I've been on, and it's fun. I get to, play another role that's not me or someone I would want to be or someone I don't want to be, but it's very fun for me.
Got you. Now, what is your dream role? What would be your dream role?
My dream role, what's it called? The protagonist in the movie, but I want to be like the bad bitch. Yes, you can say that. Like, yeah, I
You can
want
say whatever you
everybody.
want. You can say whatever you
Yeah, I
want
was
on here.
like,
You
I want to
good.
be the one that's hated, the bad girl, the one that ruins everybody's lives. That type of role.
Now, would that be hard for you to play? Because in real life, you seem too sweet. You seem real sweet.
Thank you, but no, it wouldn't because if you're mean to me, I'm mean back. So I kind of already have I already have it in me. I just don't do it to people that are nice to me or that are good to me. But if you're one of those that you try to mess with me, then I will mess back.
So, are people mean to you in real life?
I've had a few. I wouldn't say a lot. I've had a few, but I stand my ground. I hold my ground, so they know. Like if you're gonna mess with me, okay, just be ready because I'm gonna fuck back.
That's what we gotta say to those people who are mean to you.
Yeah. Hi guys.
So, okay. So we talked about, like the beginning, the modeling, a little bit about television and the thing about that. So, but to the radio aspect, because it's so interesting to me, because people always say, like, pretty people don't do radio, like, what I'm saying, like good looking people don't do radio, but you look amazing and you do radio. And so it's just like, what like, even though you got approached to do it, you still had to say, you know what, let's give it a shot. I'm down to do it. But what was it that attracted you to radio?
I want to do everything and anything. I'm one of those. I'm a really believer that we can do it all. I have no idea why people say that we can't do it all, and to me, I can do it all. I've been doing a lot. Why not add one more thing, to something I do? Because if something else doesn't work out, I can start following that dream. And if that doesn't work out, then I'll go to the next one. But my options have always been open, and they will always be open to try everything and anything.
Got you. Now, how far do you want to take the radio hustle? How far, like, what do you see yourself, doing with it as far as being a radio personality?
Honestly, the one I'm in right now, I just moved to a new one. This one was built up from scratch, so I want to push it to the point where we make it huge. We open up new radio stations, have, you know, just go international, go worldwide, all that. I see that. I can make that happen. It's fun. I have a really good following, and I know I can continue growing as long as I keep being myself.
Now, how do you balance all these different jobs and aspirations with motherhood? Like, what? Talk a little bit about that for anybody who may be a single mom. Like, you know what, man, I want to do this, but I don't know if I can do it. Like, how do you find that balance?
It's very time consuming, and at the beginning I was not honestly not giving my daughter the attention she needed. And she was always with me. She always goes with me. She goes with me to my day job, my side jobs, except photo shoots. I don't have her there for certain photo shoots, but she's always with me. And yeah, she was with me, but I wasn't really paying attention to her. So now I manage my time wisely, and I give her her time. I'm able to take her out now, play with her and things like that. But I do have to manage my time now wisely. And I speak to her, I talk to her, you know what, today I can't do this with you, but tomorrow I'm all yours, or anything like that. But
And
time, I'm
okay,
sorry?
so go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, but my time has to be managed very wisely with everything I do, and especially with her too.
Now, does she want to follow in your footsteps and pursue like modeling, radio, TV, and things like that?
She likes photography, but she doesn't want to follow my footsteps. She's into basketball. She's into wanting to be a teacher. She's into her studies a lot.
Got you. Now, did you play sports in school?
No, I didn't. I was a cheerleader, but that's as far as I got.
As far as you got, were you on
Yeah.
top of the pyramid? Were you what do you call them, flyers?
Yeah, the flowers. But no, I was actually on the bottom because I was super tall back then. Well, I am tall. Yeah, I was super tall. So yeah, I was never the flyer. I was always the back spot. So, but it was fun.
Got
I
you.
know.
Now, what advice would you give the younger you? What
The young,
advice the younger you? What advice would you give the younger you?
don't listen to negativity. Don't listen to the people that tell you can't do it or you shouldn't do it, etc. Because people I love the most, people that I needed by my side, were the ones that told me not to do things. That's why it kind of took me a while to become who I am. And now that I'm here, I shouldn't have listened to him, because at the end of the day, it was my life. I knew I could make it, but just because I listened to that person I loved and thought that person knew better than me, but I was very wrong. So don't listen to the negative, even if it comes from family, because that's gonna be the worst. But if you know you can do it, if you believe in yourself, then you will do it.
Now, I'm pretty sure my male listeners out there, they see you, they see the Instagram post, they see the modeling pics, and they want to know, are you single?
No, I'm not. I'm not single.
You're not single?
I am not
Sorry,
single.
sorry, guys. Sorry.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, no, I'm not single. I'm in a happy relationship, and I'm very thankful for that.
So, what does it take? What would you say it takes to date you? What to be with somebody, to be, because you're busy, you're ambitious, you're pretty. What is it? What do you think it takes? What do you think it takes someone? What does someone have to be with you?
Understanding, for the most part, understanding, because I do have a lot of male followers. I get a lot of comments, messages, everything. People see me on it in the street and want to take photos. You just have to understand what I do. This is my job. This is what I love, and understand that if I'm with you, I'm with you. But I do have this male followers who they just admire me. I support me, and they have to really understand what I do and be able to be okay with me being all over the place and not having enough time for them. But I will make time for them, of course, eventually. But just a lot of understanding is what it takes.
Now, if one of your younger models, let's say 18 to 20, 23, they come to you and they say, you know what, I want to do an OnlyFans account. What advice would you give them?
Be ready. If you want to do that, be ready for pictures to get leaked or people to talk about you or anything in that aspect. Pictures get shown around. People are gonna talk bad, good about you. If you're ready for that, if you have no problem with the negativity, the what's it called, the shaming, or even if your pictures get leaked and get up posted in pages, if you're okay with that, then do it. Do your best. Get your money and don't sell yourself short.
Got you. Now, do you have anything coming up that anybody can be on the lookout for?
I do have 3 music videos that are in the works, and we're talking one local group here in my hometown, and then 2 major groups, what's it called, international groups. And then I do have a show coming up.
Can you say the group or no?
The group, yes, I have. The group is going to be Los Invasores. That's my local group. Then I have one with Intocable, and we're pushing another one with Duelo.
Oh wow, how did that come about?
The people who hired me for my first video with them, Freddie Records, I'm a what's it called, freelancer with them. So they call me, hey, you fit the description. And they want you. We showed them your pictures. We showed them your history, your background. They want you. You want to do it, and that's how it starts.
Now, who do you take with you when you go on these adventures doing these music videos? Like, who do you have? Who is that ride or die that you have by your side when you go and do these things?
Honestly, nobody. I go alone.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. I don't have anybody who goes with me. My daughter's still too young to be doing that.
Gotcha.
My family's really busy. Yes, I do have friends, but just they have their life. I go alone. I do not have anybody to go with me or nothing.
I got you. I always, it's because when I always assume that models, they always have like their homegirl with them. They goes on these adventures. They gets to reap the benefits and have the fun while you're doing all the work.
Well, yeah, I always thought I like that too. And I would ask my girls, and no, they weren't. No, I can't go. I have work. No, I can't go. I have my baby, or etc. The reasons. So I would mainly go alone. But I have thought about hiring a bodyguard just to have it with me because I am growing, and I was like, okay, I really need somebody there just in case, worst case scenario.
One time for the bodyguard. Okay, so my listeners out there, if you listen to this, she needs a bodyguard.
Yeah,
what qualifications do they need to have?
Please know how to fight, of course. Your weapon license. I do want my bodyguard to carry a weapon, and I want you all just know how to fight. Have a little bit of background, military, preferably. I'm sorry, would be great.
And how tall? They got to be a certain tall, weight, anything.
Actually, I've seen some short guys that can fight better than tall guys. So honestly, tallness is not really. I'm not really into that. The height, but just as long as you can fight and you can protect me, and hey, I'm good with that.
So you ready? You want a motherfucker ready to pop on sight?
Exactly, ready. Just I'm your main priority when you're working with me. I want to be your main priority. Everything. So just be aware.
Yo, that's great.
So yeah.
That's hilarious. So that's hilarious. So go ahead and tell the people how they can go ahead and get in touch with you as far as social media, following with everything that you got going on.
Of course, guys, y'all can follow me on my model page. It's under Kari, Kari. My Instagram is Kari.Martinez.1.0. And my Snapchat is Style It Red. Super different name, but I'm on there.
Okay, man. This is your boy 45, man. You can reach me anything Top Down Magazine on all platforms, anything Top Down Magazine TV on all platforms. If you want to be on the show, just reach out and we can see what we can do. And this has been another edition of The Hot Seat. Yep.